Hey guys, in this video we are going to go through a trade on the Euro Yen that started as a potential dynamic reversal combo but ended up as a pivot entry, and the reason we chose one over the other. So starting with the monthly, we had conflicting data, which is why we had to be cautious when entering this trade. On the one hand, we have an inverse head and shoulders pattern, but the immediate trend is making lower highs, which signals a downtrend. You can also see the two big bearish engulfing candles. So let's jump to the weekly. Here in the weekly, we had this great long wick candle rejection of support, which is the right shoulder. And then this was followed by a trendline break, which gives us a long bias on the weekly. So let's jump to the daily time frame. Here in the daily, we again have the trendline break. After we had this breakthrough, we were looking for a potential swing trade long, and we had this long wick candle rejecting the 50 EMA and support. But we wanted the lower time frames to confirm this rejection, because again, we still have the monthly lower high on our mind, meaning that this can potentially just be a short-term breakout and not a true reversal. So let's jump to the 1 hour time frame. Here in the 1 hour time frame is where we took the pivot entry. We had a break of trend line, an EMA cross, and then a perfect bullish engulfing candle that rejects the 50 EMA and the pivot. And notice how the 50 EMA and the pivot line up perfectly together for a good 1-to-1 entry. So here's how we use the 5-minute time frame for extra confirmation. Now you don't have to do this, but it is another tool you can use if you choose to do so. So after we have confirmed the rejection of the pivot and the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, we jump to the 5-minute time frame to look for extra confirmation. What we like to see here on the 5-minute time frame is that price has broken back above the 50 EMA or an EMA cross to signal to us that the immediate trend is also bullish. And as you can see, price shot up above the 50 EMA and even came back to reject it, showing that the immediate trend is also bullish. So let's do this on another pair. Here is the pound Swiss trade we recently took. Again, we first look for the 1 hour rejection of the 50 EMA and the pivot. And after we had this, we jumped to the 5-minute time frame for further confirmation of the immediate trend. So here on the 5-minute time frame, price broke above the 50 EMA and we also had an EMA cross. So this is how you would enter. You enter on the break above the 50 EMA candle, and you set the stop loss below the lowest point. When entering on the 5-minute time frame, expect a lot of swings since you're so deep into the intraday time frames. Again, the 5-minute time frame is just used as additional confluence to what we have already established from the daily to the 1 hour time frame. So let's jump to the Swiss yen. So where the 5-minute confirmation helps the most is when you have an imperfect pivot entry. Here in the Swiss yen, you had multiple candle rejections of the 50 EMA but not the pivot. So in order to confirm this, you can use the 5-minute time frame for a break. As you can see, you had the multiple rejections, and then you wait for the EMA cross and a break below the 50 EMA. And this is how you would enter the trade. Again, you would set the stop loss above the swing highs. Now you don't have to use this in addition to your pivot entries, but this does help a lot when you are trying to gauge a pivot entry that is imperfect. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.